Hi, I'm Rebecca Coleman, food blogger and cookbook author, and today I am veganizing Julia Child. I know it sounds crazy. So I have been a big fan of Julia Child for almost as long as I can remember. There's so many things about her that I love. She was such a pioneer in her field, and she had such spirit and was such an amazing person. So Julia Child and I share some things in common. First of all, both of us are very tall. Julia was 6 feet, over 6 feet tall. I'm not quite 6 feet, but almost there. Julia and I also share a birthday. Her birthday was August the 15th, and mine is August the 14th. We were born a few years apart, but we almost have the same birthday. Julia and I are also cookbook authors. What? That was a shameless plug, I apologize. Julia Child is the person that brought French cooking to the US and then to North America. She was the one that taught us how to make French dishes in a very authentic way. If there's one thing I know about French cooking from being in Paris this summer, it's that the French love their meat. I mean, they love their meat. It's really challenging to be a vegan or a vegetarian in France because it is a very meat-loving and a very meat-heavy country. However, you can take any of Julia Child's classic dishes and you can make them vegan. You can do it. Today what I'm doing is a classic Julia Child recipe called beef Bourguignon. I don't know if I said that right or not. It's beef Bourguignon. Basically the idea is that you take stewing beef, stew it down in a pot with lots and lots of red wine, and it is amazing and delicious if you eat meat, which I do not. So what I've done instead is I've substituted the beef for these guys, mushrooms. Mushrooms have a beautiful meaty texture, and they are going to be amazing in this dish because they're going to absorb like little sponges all the wine and delicious flavors that we're going to stew them with. You don't have to be precious about your mushrooms. Some of them I just chopped up, some of them I chopped into quarters. I used a combination of button mushrooms and creminis. You can use whatever you have on hand. Portobellos, you name it, throw it in the pot. It's all going to taste amazing. Let's get started. So we're going to get started by melting in our pot that's just starting to heat up here over maybe about medium heat some vegan butter, and I'm going to add to that some olive oil as well. Once the butter and the oil is heated up, we're going to start to add our aromatics. So we've got some chopped up onion, that's going in. Some carrots, which are going to add sweetness. And add a little salt to this. Oh. Once these are nice and soft, we're going to add our chopped garlic, and we're going to stir that just until you can start to smell the garlic and it gets really fragrant. You have to be careful with garlic because you don't want to burn it. Next up, in go the mushrooms. I know it looks like a lot, but they're going to really shrink down. Fresh herbs, a couple of sprigs of thyme, some fresh rosemary. And a bay leaf. tablespoons of tomato paste, some vegetable stock that has miso soup dissolved in it, and wine. Turn down the heat, cover it, and let it do its thing. I've made a slurry with just a little, some flour and then just some of the vegetable stock that I had left over. Just mixing that up together to make sure there's no lumps in it. You could also do this in a mason jar. Now I'm just gonna start to add this very slowly into my mushroom bourguignon. Beautiful. All right, it's done. It's a beautiful mushroom stew full of red wine and delicious, delicious flavors. It looks amazing. Now, you can serve this over top of anything you like. Traditionally, Julia Child would probably serve this over mashed potatoes. You can serve it over noodles. It would be delicious over noodles. Even polenta would be really wonderful with this. It is beautiful and rich and meaty. It's a really warming and heartening stew for a cold winter's day. And so, from me to you and Julia Child, I say, bon appetit. Or bon appetit. I need some work on my Julia Child impression. It's not very good.